Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being with me. This boot camp is not a training similar to anything you've taken before. Most trainings, what they do, they want to tell you what it is. They want your money, and then you're in the class. And then at the day one of the class, you figure out what's going to happen. We don't do that in my classes. In my boot camp, the first thing you do is you create an intention. I want to be part of this class. I want to be part of it. I want to know more about it. Then what happens is I call you and we have a private one-on-one interview about your business. It's a one-on-one coaching class. If you guys don't know this, my name is Key. I'm a mindset trainer and I coach brokers on how to grow their offices, and I train agents on how to be systematic about running your business like a business. So, for example, if somebody said to me, "Hey, Kim, I want to do real estate on the side. I want to just dabble. I want to do a deal here. I want to do a deal there." I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. But don't take this class. It's not for you. This class is not for dabblers. This class is for people who are going to be intentional about working their business like a business." So, let's get into some of the things you need to know about the course. As a mindset trainer, success is very easily defined. Success in real estate is simply a checklist driven by your intentions and by your goals. What makes real estate so much fun and so terrible is you're the boss. It's fun because you get to be the boss. You get to decide how much money you make. No one tells you this is how much you make. You can go as far as you want to go. But at the same time, you know what makes it terrible? Is you're your own boss and you get away with stuff. You don't do the things you know you should be doing. So I want to give you a sense why I designed this boot camp, where it come from, what you should expect from it. But the real thing I want you to do is, as I go along, write questions you will ask me at the end of my presentation. You only need one URL. This URL you see on the screen, write it down all lowercase. It's bit.ly / the number 8 WMJ21. 8W is 8 week, M is for May, J is for June, and 21 for 2021. Write that down is because you're going to need that if you want to register. For example, Simone registered last week and she got the first email today, and she's going to be interviewed tomorrow or the day after. Some of you are going, "What do you mean interviewed?" We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to ask her about her business. She's going to tell me about her business. I'm going to tell her about the class. I'm going to tell her about my intention. So I want to explain to her what she's getting herself into so that if she chooses to participate, she's doing it totally clear-eyed rather than just jumping in and figuring it out as we go along. I have two questions I focus on all the time as a coach, as a mentor, and as a trainer. Why is it that 80% of real estate transactions are done by about a little bit more than 20% of agents? Why is it that about 22-23% of real estate agents crack the code and the others don't? Is it their brain? If we cut their mind in half, would we find a particular gizmo in there that was planted by somebody? What is it? And the second question is, why is it that some agents come in and they want to help people and be buyer's agents for life and never become a listing agent? Here's what we know, by the way. For those of you who've never done real estate, I'm going to tell you the statistics. The people who burn out and quit real estate the soonest are the people who only work with buyers. They're basically, in essence, Uber drivers for free. Because your buyer can pull you to the left, pull you to the right, pull you to the top, pull you to the down. It doesn't cost them anything. Your buyer can make you do things and they go, "Oh, Simone, we changed our mind." I'm like, "Oh my God, bye." And you're going, "Wait a second. All this work that we did for the last 6 weeks, what happened?" What happened is This business will really burn you out if you only work with buyers. Now, if you balance your business between listings and buyers, and you realize that there's a dance between the two, you will do much better. You will always do much better if you control the inventory. And I'm going to share with you a statistics very shortly that will help you understand why this is a business of listings, not a business of buyers, even though we need to be good at working with buyers as well. So, I personally also believe that each one of you is capable of earning a bronze award every year. Now, some of you who are new may go, what is a bronze award? A bronze award is an award that is given to real estate agents within exit if they do 25 transactions that year. So once you do 25 transactions that year, you earn a bronze award. A bronze award, by the way, if you earn a bronze award, you're probably making about $120, $150, $160,000, depending on your market. Now, I'm not saying you should pursue that, because there's some of you in right now listening to me who are probably happy with doing 10 deals a year, and that's totally valid. Remember, you do not have to do this. But if you wanted to do this, you cannot just do it with buyers. It's almost impossible to do 25 transactions a year working exclusively with buyer without burning out. But here are the major obstacles. The major obstacles in real estate is not your knowledge. It's your mindset. It's how you think about your business. Poor business planning. A lot of you don't do enough business planning. You think because you can work for yourself and you're smart, it's enough. It's not enough. And self-discipline. Self-discipline is the biggest go-getter here. If you can master you working for yourself like others working for you. Imagine you were paying yourself $100 an hour to work. Oh, you will be asking yourself to do a lot more. But because you don't pay yourself, guess what? I'll do it later. And I'll do it later has ruined more careers than anything in real estate. And consistency of system implementation. See, the first thing you need to know, getting a listing is a system. It is not something you're born with. Mary was not born to list. Before real estate, there was no such thing. What was she? What is listing? But Mary needs to learn that there is a system of approach to getting listings. By the way, the lowest hanging fruit in real estate is working with buyers. Because we all understand it. We see it on TV. Come on in. Let me show you the house. Oh my God. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2-car garage. Oh my. And you think, I'm a realtor. That is not where real estate lives. Real estate lives in convincing a local homeowner who's thinking about selling that Mary, that Patrick is their listing agent. Now that's where the game is played. And the sooner you go to that place and learn how to wear the right armature to play that game, the sooner you do better. Whether you want to call it fishing, you want to call it hunting, I call it prospecting. Prospecting is the game plan that we put together to consistently ask for business and get business. That's the game plan. This is not a business of servicing. This is a business of getting. So let me give you a different metaphor. If you take your boat and you go to the middle of the ocean to catch the fish and bring them to shore, you're very valuable. If you're standing on the shore to clean the fish, we still need you. We need people to clean the fish, but you're not as valuable as the one who caught the fish. So make sure you understand that there is a tension between servicing and getting. And the biggest challenge is learning how to get. How do you get somebody to say yes to you? I'm going to list with you. Yes, I'm going to work with you. That's the challenge. A lot of agents, when you go to school, they teach you how to write a contract. Dude, We don't need more people to write contracts. We need people to go get the listings. We need people to engage people and say, let me tell you about this neighborhood. Let me tell you about these school systems. Let me tell you how we're going to list your home. Those who wait for business tend to struggle the most. Those who become go-getters and catch the lead always do well. So guess what? Learning to ask for business is a skill. A lot of people think you're born with it. Absolutely not. You become it and you learn it, and you learn it by implementing it. So let me give you the 5 areas of this business. There are 5 major areas that you must handle really well if you're going to do well in this business. Number 1 is your mindset about entrepreneurial attitude. Most of you, when you were raised, your parent told you, work hard, get a job, retire, then there's a coffin for you. It was just like that progression, bloop, 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 and then get married and maybe have kids and stuff like that. We always told you when you were born that the way you're going to measure your success is how much a company like IBM or GE is going to pay you per hour. So we became hard worker who needed jobs. Well, when you're an entrepreneur, you don't get paid for the hours you work. You get paid for the results you create. So if Ricardo tells me today, hey man, Key, I worked hard today. I'm like, good for you. Did you produce any results? No. Guess what? Bobkus, he gets nothing. Not because he's a bad person. This business does not reward hard work only. Hard work connects you to creating results. So you need to do a shift. I'm going to give you guys a book to consider. If you always wanted to think like an entrepreneur, if you wanted to think like a person who thinks about business rather than an employee, somebody who works for somebody else, The E-Myth Revisited could be a good book for you. It's a book by Michael Gerber called The E-Myth Revisited, and the letter E stands for entrepreneur. Why do we need to think that way? Because at the end of the day, what I show for my work are the results, not the how many hours I put in. And that shift, some people do it and go and they just take off, and others, man, I got to get the paycheck at the end of the week. And that's why I say real estate is not for everyone. I would never talk people into real estate. In fact, I talk them out of it because the mental toughness to keep it going is much harder than the knowledge. Now, the second one is the consistency of prospecting. What do I mean by that? How often do you go out there and ask for business? I want to know from Patrick. Hey, Patrick, how many calls did you make today? What happened? How did it go? Can we run some of the scripts? Did it go well? You know something, I had friction. One of them was, iffy. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, okay, tell me what happened. So he and I will talk about it. I give him a script. He goes, now I know what to do next time when I call somebody. But if Patrick is not making calls, if Patrick is not going out there to meet clients, Patrick cannot grow his business to the measure that he wants it to be. We call that consistency of prospecting. How often do we prospect? We prospect daily. Do we prospect when we feel like it? No. Do we prospect when we don't feel like it? We always prospect. So we never go, let me see how I feel. No. We always make time for it, and then we do it. Whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter. See, the vocabulary of an entrepreneur is not driven by what do I like, what don't I like. No, it's driven is what's effective, what makes me money. The third one is the listing presentation. I mean, come on. I don't want Ricardo to get what I call an appointment with a seller and then walk in there and blow it. I want him to have a listing presentation. I want him to explain to them why they should list with him. I want him to know what to say if they give him an objection. I want him to walk in with confidence. I want him to walk in with the tools. We call that the listing presentation because you only get one chance. When you go to a listing presentation, you only get one chance. And by the way, Simone, you work with a lady by the name of Nima, and she is a master at it. I mean, if there's a woman who walks into a listing and she walks out with a listing, that's her. And of course, you know the other guy, J. Kim. I mean, J. Kim is a super master at this. But they learned how to present at the listing presentation. The fourth thing you need to do, and this one does not sound important, but it is the most important, your time blocking. Your time, some people call it time management. I don't like calling it time management. I like to call it time blocking, meaning these are the 3 or 4 blocks that I have to do today, and they got to get done. Do I feel like it? No. Do I get it done? Yes, I get it done. So time blocking and daily habits matters. And by the way, let me share with you a hint. The most important part of an entrepreneur is respecting their sleep. Most of you are burning the candle at both sides of the candle. You're not sleeping enough. You're thinking that working late at night until midnight or 2 a.m., you can recover from it. And guess what? It's burning you up. You need sleep. Some of you need 7. Some of you need 7.5. Some of you need 8. But sleep is essential to an entrepreneur, because if you sleep well, your mind thinks better, you can negotiate better, and you can work better. And the last one, your mental toughness. Now, let me give you a simple thing on your mental toughness. Take Mary. Mary goes to Walmart. She's wearing her name badge. She's walking around, and somebody says to her, "Hey, Mary, are you a realtor?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm a realtor." She goes, "Well, we're thinking about selling, and but we're not sure if we want to work with other people." And she will tell, "Well, let me ask you, I'd love to set up an appointment with you." And they go, "Well, no, 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 no." They say no to her. Here's what I don't want Mary to do: to fall apart. If they say no, it's not the end of the world. They're just saying not now. So here's what real estate agents learn. They learn when somebody says no to you, they don't hear no. They hear, "Oh, they're saying not now," meaning talk to me later. So what Mary will do, so you know something, I'm going to follow up. I'm going to send you an article that's going to help you with the selling process. And I'll call you. Bye. If she's able to do that without falling apart, we call that mental toughness. And guess what? A lot of agents quit real estate because they have a fear of rejection. They want everybody to give them hugs and go, "Oh, Simone, you're so awesome." Listen, I want it too. I want every morning everybody to tell me how awesome I am. But that's not real. That's not reality. That's not life. You will ask some people and they will say no to you. And your job is to realize it's not the end of the world. Got it. Let me keep moving forward. That mental toughness, most people never learn to do it. And guess what? That is also a skill. These 5 areas I just showed you, we need to stop thinking that you're supposed to be wired with it. Like Patrick was born to do this. No, these are areas of skill. These are areas, this is why it's called a boot camp. It's not called an evening tea with the queen. It's called a boot camp. In a boot camp, you learn to handle these 5 skills. And guess what? Can you learn them if you want to? Yes, you can. So I accelerated this program because I knew one thing. If I have a group of people, I usually take about 20 to 24 people. If I had a group of people and they were with me and we worked for about 3 months, weekly on exercises, and I gave them assignments and they worked on them and they were serious about it, guess what happens? The new habits will start being implemented. Those habits will stick with them. Scientists will tell you, neuroscientists tell you, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for a habit to grasp. But you need to keep it longer for it to become who you are. That's why it's an 8-week success boot camp. It's 8 weeks so that when our friend Simone develops the good habit of having a morning routine, if she does it for 8 weeks, Oh, I don't have to worry about her. She's going to take it and run with it. She's going to make it her own. She's going to create her own variation of it. But it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get to that place. Developing new business habits takes a while. Again, we keep making this mistake in our industry, thinking that our people need to be smart to do real estate. No, smart is good, but habitual repetition is even better. Let me give you a sense of how this relates to time. When you develop good business habit, your time becomes an asset. Your time becomes an ally. When you develop bad habits, time becomes your enemy. You're always complaining about it. You're always not having enough of it. You're always saying, Patrick, why do you have so much time? I don't have enough time. Patrick is so lucky. He's not lucky. He has 24 hours, and so do you. Patrick runs his business in a smart way. He knows how to time block. Let me put it another way. I think of time as a fertilizer. If you have good habits and you put them in time in a soil, you get results. If you take the exact same thing, time and good soil, and you put bad habits, you get excuses. Sorry, people love excuses. This is why I love this book called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Every realtor must read this book. Even if you don't take my class. Listen, no matter what you do next, whether you take this class or not, it doesn't matter. This book is good medicine. This is the broccoli or the Brussels sprouts of real estate. The moment you realize that the power of your existence is in your self-discipline and you have no excuses and you no longer go there and you use your business for business, you are free. And when you are free, you create results. So I want you to consider these ideas. But let me go even deeper and show you some pain. Now, this one, you're not going to be happy about it. So if you want to be an average agent, these statistics will not make you happy. In the United States, we have 2.1 million licensed agents. Of those 2.1 million licensed agents, about 1.3, 1.4 million are realtors. Okay? In the United States, we do between 5 and 5.3 million listings a year. That's all she wrote. Again, most people think that real estate agents, when they come to the market, they create the market. You don't create the market. You react with the market and you get your portion of the market. Whether Simone is in Lexington, South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, or Charlotte, North Carolina, she cannot change that market. But you know what Simone do? Simone can take her share of the market. She can grab her piece of it. In the United States, we have a predictable number. And I have these statistics because I'm a mathematician. Remember, guys, I used to teach mathematics at UCLA. I love numbers. They tell you the truth about the reality of what you're getting yourself into. 5 to 5.3 million listings a year. That means there's about 10.5 to 11 million transactions. What does that mean? So let's do some math. If I took 500,000 agents and each one of them did 10 listings, do I need the rest of the agents? No. Sorry, that's all she wrote. See, our industry only needs 350,000 to 600,000 agents. That's it. But we have 2 million of them who are licensed, and we have 1.3 million who are realtors. What does that tell you? That tells you there's a surplus of what's called order takers. People who are just waiting for the phone to ring. They're what's called the low-hanging fruit. I need you to become the prospector. I need you to become the hunter. When you're the hunter, when you're the one getting the listing, because they're not going to be given to you, you have to go get them. When you get them, you control your destiny. Now you're controlling your business. You're not waiting for the business to come to you. You go get that business. And that mindset is why 80% of agents are on the sidelines telling you how the market is terrible. Let me give you a statistic. Last year, 2020, compared to 2018, 2019, 2017, and 2016. 2020 had the most listings compared to the last 5 years. By the way, compared to the last 10 years, 2020 had the highest number of listings. And here's what you notice. Agents were complaining about the market, the market. I'm like, dude, there were more listings last year than ever before. They're like, well, I didn't benefit from it. I say, did you ask for business? Did you have a plan to go to the neighborhood and get listings? Did you engage people to list with you? That's where the challenge is. The challenge is not in the statistics. The market is very stable. What is unstable in this market are our agents, our buyers and sellers who are mad, by the way, and the reality that we don't control the market, we dance with it. I'll leave you with one more statistic that will shock you. On any given day, if I take 100 realtors at random, so imagine Simone today, I pick 100 agents, 100 realtors, not just agents, realtors at random. Of those 100, how many of them do you think will get the listing today? One. You're going, oh, really? Just one? Yeah, just one out of 100. That should kind of create like an awakening, because you need to understand, to become a go-getter in this business, it looks easy on the books. If you read books about real estate, it looks easy. When you realize, oh, I'm not asking enough, I'm not engaging enough, I don't have the right scripts, I don't know what to say on the phone, I don't know what to say on the door. The moment you realize that, you're now free, because once you learn those things, you will be the one out of the 100 who gets the listing, rather than the 99 waiting for the phone to ring. Who do you want to be? The one who gets the listings and goes and gets it, or the 99 who are waiting for the phone today to ring? See, the reason I developed this is, as I mentor and coach brokers, agents from time to time come to me and says, I want to be part of your coaching. I'm like, maybe not. And I said no for a long time. And then about 9 years ago, I'm like, what if I created a group mentoring coaching, where instead of doing one-on-one, where most agents can't afford it, what if I did it as a class of 20 to 24 people and showed them what worked, shows them how to make this business work for you? I believe that if you have proper plan, proper accountability, see, I have no doubt that Simone will succeed. I have no doubt. But if Simone is not held accountable from time to time, she may not do the work. And she needs those guardrails. She needs those rails that say, you can't go to the left, you can't go to the right, you gotta stay here, at least for this time being, until she learns to stay within the guardrails of her business, which we call accountability. She's not going to progress. So I designed this course with a small group of people where everybody is holding everybody accountable to bring out the best in themselves. So it's more like you're participating, you're in a group where you make mistakes. You're in a group where you may not know what to say, and that's fine. We're going to learn how to do it together. And that's why it's a small group. It's not for everyone, but it does require a commitment. And that's what the accountability comes. You will have homework daily that is small. The homework daily I give you is small. Then you will have homeworks once a week. That is big. And then you will have accountability and conversations with the people you work with. Who participates? I'll give you an example. I'm doing a class right now in which I have 5 brokers I have 6 new agents, and the rest of them have been in the business 4 or 5 years. Everybody participates in this course. And the people who usually get the most out of it are the people who've been in the business the longest, because they realize, oh man, I should have learned this stuff earlier. So this is an all-encompassing course, but there's one thing I cannot do. You have to have an inner burning desire for yourself to succeed. You gotta want to succeed. You may not, for example, Patrick may say to me something like this: Key, I don't know everything. I'm not sure I can, I know everything that I need to learn. I'm like, fine. Do you have a desire to succeed? He goes, yes. Will you try some of the things I'll show you? He will say yes. Then you're good. As long as you have that burning desire to play and bring out the best in yourself, you're a candidate for this class. Now, let me tell you for whom this is not a good candidate. If you want to sit in the class and just observe, just watch from the back and not be called on and not interact or not even do the work. You just want to learn it intellectually. You will be wasting your time. I sound like a chipmunk. I'm not funny. Well, some people tell me I'm funny, but I'm not really funny. So I'm not that entertaining. Why would you spend your time with me? You gotta be coachable. You gotta be collaborative. And when I say collaborative, not with me, collaborative with the other people in the class. So for example, I'll give you a script. I'll say, call each other and practice it together. You go, yeah, that's a good thing. It's good for me. It's good for them. We can all learn from it. And then I'm going to give you 3 assignments to do before the class. So let me go over some of the logistics of the course. There are 8 Saturdays in a row. We start on May 8th. The classes start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. You are supposed to be logged in by 8:15. I recommend everybody to log in by 8. So between 8, the room opens at 8, and between 8 and 8:30, people are logging in and getting there. So you need to be in front of a laptop or a desktop computer. And if you're taking it as a group with other people, you gotta. Everybody has to have a webcam. So just so you know, just like you guys are with me right now with a webcam, it would be exactly the same thing. We go for an hour and a half or so. We take a 15-minute break, and then we go for the other hour and a half. The class is 3.5 hours long. So that's the first thing you need to know. Make sure you have a laptop or a desktop and a good internet connection. You will have daily small assignments with success partners, very small. They don't take a long time. You will have accountability with them, and you will have a big assignment once a week. So each week, you will have a big assignment. Now, what else should you know? These are some of the topics I'm going to cover. Now, I'm giving you the flyer. You can read this topic. I cover every aspect of prospecting, from face-to-face marketing to phone marketing to social media marketing to advertising marketing like the Exit Ad Center, through video marketing like YouTube. So we're going to do all of the different aspects of funnels, because the more funnels we have, the more chances we have for appointments. At the end of the day, Valerie, we need as many potential appointments with potential sellers and buyers to grow our business. So I will cover from keywords to SEO to what you would call meta tags. And you're going, what? I'm going to learn about the internet? Yes, you have to, because your clients are using the internet. And the more you understand it, the more power you will feel. And by the way, all of these topics are connected. They're not willy-nilly. I don't pull them out of a thin hat going, let's see what works. No, they are deliberately designed. Now, if you look at your flyer, if you go to that website I gave you earlier, you will see that there are some requirements. The requirements are actually quite logical. And if you read them and you want to ask me questions about them, you can. But these are the requirements. They are non-negotiable. But I find that those people who are serious at their business, they read this and they go, yeah, that makes sense. Now, what are the 3 assignments? When you register, you'll get an email from me that says we're going to have a conversation. So I'll call you. We'll have a conversation about your business. You'll just tell me a little bit about you, your business, what brought you to real estate, and all of that good stuff. Then I give you what's called an 8-page questionnaire and business plan to work on. So you'll fill it out, you get it ready. You send it to me, then I'll send you a document and a video to create your proper branding. Remember, this business is about branding you, not just exit, not just your office, you. You have to be branded. So we're going to learn how to brand ourselves. So that would be your second assignment. You'll be given 3-4 days to work on it. And then there will be a third assignment. And the third assignment comes with 2 videos. One video explains success partnerships and how you work with the people in the course. And the other one teaches you the fundamentals of inbound marketing. What is inbound marketing? Why do consumers use it? How do I leverage it? And how does it help my business? Once you complete these 3 assignments, then I send you an invitation to join the class. This is why you being with me today, if some of you decides to participate in the course, you have 3 weeks to be in the class. So you will get actually the most value out of the course because you'll be doing your assignment with plenty of time. And guess what? These 3 assignments will help your business right now, even if you don't take the class. Then I want you to remember this. Each class comes with a 15 to 20 page handout. So by the time you finish the course, you'll have a binder that has 200 to 250 pages. So by the way, don't get a small binder. Get a binder. We're talking about a 2 to 3 inch binder. And you will also, as a bonus, in my classes, I give every participant access to an additional 75 videos that help your business grow. So not only are you doing the classes with me, each week I give you 2 or 3 videos that you don't have to watch, but you could watch that will help you kind of make your business better. So if you're hungry to succeed, I find that a lot of agents love to do that and also learn how to do things. So I'll give you an example of one. How many of you have heard of the Exit Ad Center? I'm sure you heard of it, right? The Exit Ad Center, it's a unique formula that we have. Well, guess what? I did a video on how to use the Exit Ad Center to get listings. So people are going, wait a second, Key, Exit Ad Center is about buyers. It's about listings. So once you learn the script on how to share it with people, you realize, aha, I could use that. And that's one thing I've added to the classes, and I add classes like that all the time. The course is $1,000. When there are 2 brokers who step up, like Exit Realty Achieve and Exit Community Realty, the primary 2 brokers for this program, we brought it down to $699. And then when I told Exit, can we open it up to everyone? They said they would, and then we brought it down to $375. So the course is $375. You do not pay when you register. Remember, when you register, you're choosing to be in the course, and we have to do a few things. So there's no credit card information asked of you. It's only after you finish the 3 assignments that I send you an invitation to the course, and then and when you say yes, you will get the registration for the $375. Now, here's what I know. Some brokers, as well as some team members, have incentivized to pay for this course. I don't know what's happening with Exit Community. I know that the broker has a plan for his agent, George Bryant. If you finish the course properly, he has an incentive for you to get the money back or some incentives as well. Exit Realty Achieve does the same thing. So find out what your office offers as incentive. But that's not the reason you should take the class. Your biggest investment would not be the $375. It would be your time. And this course will be demanding of you. So you need to think about it mostly about, am I ready to bring myself to the next level. Okay, right now, instead of me just talking, why don't you use the chat function to ask me questions, or unmute your mic and ask me any questions you need to know about the bootcamp. I'm also giving you the URL. I'm also giving you my phone number and my email if you want to interact with me. What would you like to know about the bootcamp from a strategy point of view, or from a, how is it structured, that I did not cover, if anything? Okay. I don't see anybody writing any chats, and I don't see anybody unmuting their mic. So I'm going to go to this quote. By the way, everybody listening to me right now, please consider this book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Some of you have read it and love it. It is still valid right now. It's a great book. And here's what he says: do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. Perfection is not what you're seeking. Progress. I like progress. I want to be a little bit better today than yesterday. That mindset of being a little bit better today than yesterday will get you where you need to be. I don't see any questions. Hopefully, I probably covered everything you wanted to know. And if I did, thank you for being with me. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And I hope I see you in one of my classes. Take care, everyone.